I have two more things to tell you. First is that breaking India is also being done through reservations. I am totally in favor of reservations for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. But I can't see why anybody else should get reservations. Because reservations should be given to only those sections of society who have never been ruling classes in our country. Just because they are poor doesn't mean they should get reservations. The Brahmins are poor, do they get reservations? A lot of rural Kshatriyas are poor, do they get reservations? So the same way, Yadavas were also kings. In fact, in Dwarka they were ruling for a long time, till Krishna had them finished off. Jats have been ruling Delhi. Why these ruling? And Muslims ruled for 800 years and today they want reservations. If there's anybody who should get reservations in preference to Muslims, it's the Hindu who was persecuted all these 800 years. He is the one who deserves the reservations. Christians are ruling classes. Why should they get reservations? And where does this definition of minority come on the basis of religion? Is there any country in the world they can show that minority is a religion? The United Nations had collected from all countries of the world what is the status of minorities. Thailand, countries of Latin America all wrote saying we have no minorities. Now can you believe Brazil writing that we have no minorities? They've got so many minorities. Because they say minority is only that group which is ethnically different. So Muslims are not ethnically different. They are all descended from Hindus only. Christians are not ethnically different. Scheduled castes I don't consider as minorities anyway. They are part of the Hindu community, but we exploited them. And therefore we have to make good for what they have suffered. Of course, as they join the mainstream, we should allow them. And we should go on co-opting them. Ambedkar is an example who should be called a Maharishi or a Brahmin. He should not be called a scheduled caste because he was a scholar. He went in 1915 to Columbia University, wrote a wonderful thesis on economics. PhD. But at the same time in seminars he was writing about the cultural unity of India. He says there is no country in the world which is culturally one as India is. But Jawaharlal Nehru was a bit jealous of him because Jawaharlal Nehru used the word Pandit for himself after failing in all exams. And he saw this Ambedkar with PhD and a law degree and from Columbia and from London School. So he felt jealous, like he felt jealous about Subhash Chandra Bose. So he cornered him. Do you know that Ambedkar lost his deposit in 3 successive Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra? Because Nehru saw to it that he would lose the amount of money he spent. And he became bitter in the end. But even then he converted only to Buddhism. He was being pursued by the Christian lobbies and the Muslim lobbies to convert to their religion, but he said no. And he became a Buddhist. It was the Janata government which then gave him Bharat Ratna. He was denied Bharat Ratna.